I'm sitting here with Danny Vaughan. How are we doing today?
All good, mate. How was yourself?
Not too bad, enjoying the sun.
Yeah,
it's come out last few days here.
Which is good. It's going to be 22 Saturday, I believe, so might be able to take the
tops
off. I don't think so. Not with this belly.
No, I don't think me either. Sort of a sad note to sort of start on, but I don't know if you've seen the news last night. Obviously, Bradley Welsh, the Hollywood Gym, passed away. I don't know if you knew.
Do you know what? I've never met Bradley, to be honest. I've spoke to him on text and WhatsApps over maybe doing a show or putting a couple of his lads on shows here in Glasgow or doing a show in association with him and his gym. Really sad news to hear, like, God.
Yeah,
sickening.
Sickening. Work he did, obviously.
He's done a lot for charity, the man, as well. You know, he boxers, the ones that go back and give back to kids, and that you've got to respect them. So I'm thinking of Bradley and his family today. It's really sad news.
Yeah. Last time I saw you was probably just before the shows, I think. And how have you found sort of the Emirates shows? Like it's 3 you've done now, I think.
3 we've done now, yeah, and we've got another 2. We've got one on the 22nd of 21st of June, 22nd of June, and then 6th of September. No, we're really enjoying it. I mean, that's the place to be. You know, like I've got Mohammed Wasim come here, and the first place he mentioned was the Commonwealth Games in the Emirates Arena. It's the place to be. It's the big venue. The shows have been packed out. Everyone's happy, but us, MTK Global Scotland, we're over the moon with the shows at the minute.
Yeah. Obviously the last one, I think probably everything that could go wrong and the 5-week build up did go wrong.
Listen, it's, you know, I'm managing now and I'm obviously speaking to other trainers and making matches and matchmakers, and it's a different side to the game. I've always tried to keep out of it, but this time I've took on board, you know, I am managing fighters and promoting also. It's a hard game. I mean, the training's hard enough, but bringing that involved as well is getting let down 4 days before on a big fight, you know, when trainers, and I know what it's like because I've planned for Sam Maxwell's last opponent for 10 weeks. They pull out 3 days before, so it was happening to me on a managing level now, and I've got to do the phone calls and ring them up and tell them and all that, and like, it's not nice.
Yeah. But
it does happen. It's boxing, and we all understand how it works.
Yeah. I think probably Lee won't mind me mentioning this, but I think he was like, this is probably one of the toughest weeks he had, and just to get a show on, even at the end, was sort of a achievement because of the amount of pullouts.
Who, Lee?
Lee, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, Lee is obviously Lee works really hard, and I work day to day with Lee, Ian Ritchie, and Martin Clifford, and the job what these 3 guys do is phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't do the training side of it if I wasn't with them 3, because they do most of the paperwork for me and stuff, and they do everything for me really. So it's tough.
Yeah.
But Lee needs a pat on the back because he did pull the show off. Because you had Ian Butcher not making the weight in the same week, and then we had Adam Harper through something to do with the boxing board. He pulled out, so we were all over the place, and Lee made it work, and it was a decent show, to be honest.
Yeah. I've had tough time because I remember the first show was where you had Willie Lemons, obviously, and then Ronnie Clark and stuff.
Yeah, but he still pulled that off that night as well. Just hopefully this one on the 22nd goes to plan.
Yeah. Obviously just come out this morning, I think. Michael McGurk, Kieran Smith.
Oof, what a fight! See, I'm managing both lads. Kieran's a friend, Michael's a friend. I'm managing him. It was a tough one. I needed an opponent I'm not saying Michael's an opponent, I needed a match for Kieran. Kieran's got the big stage, he's going out live at ESPN, Top Rank. So, you know, it's my duty as a manager to give Michael the opportunity. Michael beat the same person, I forget the kid's name who Kieran beat as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, foreign kid, I'm not very good with the name. Just forget that one, it's too early. Anyway, you know, me as a manager, it's my duty to give Michael the opportunity, and to be brutally honest, he jumped at it. And Lawrence Murphy jumped at it as well, and so did Kieran and Ped. So you've got to give them credit. 2 unbeaten lads from Scotland. It's an unbelievable matchup, and may best man win. I've got to sit on the fence because whoever wins, and whoever loses will get brought back. It's not the end of the story. I've had this conversation with both camps that it's a massive opportunity for both lads to kick on. The loser doesn't mean it's over. We'll bring them back again. Yeah. But I'd just like to thank the 2 of them for showing a load of balls and putting the O's on the line, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I suppose we'll need maybe sit back and enjoy as well at the end.
My nerves will be gone because I'm attached to both lads, so I'll be sitting I'm watching it, and the best man win, as I said.
Obviously, Kieran's got the WBC silver, I think.
WBC International Silver, yeah.
Would it be for any other titles, that fight, or is that something?
No, it's for Kieran's title, this one, but after that, whoever wins that is going to come on, and that's what we're looking on doing.
Yeah, sort of British.
Be another title.
British,
maybe British, maybe the WBC silver, whatever's there. Us at MTK always come up with the opportunities, so that's what we're looking on doing.
Early days yet, obviously, but have you looked at anyone else for the sort of that card?
Yeah, we're looking at Rhys McFadden's on the card, Jack Turner's on the card. I'm looking on Tommy Philbin coming back. Tommy's had a few problems, so it'll be fantastic to put Tommy on the show with what he's been through the last year. Everyone knows he's had depression problems and he hasn't been too well, but he's good, he's talking on the phone, he's back, he's got the love of boxing, he's got a new trainer, so for me it'd be fantastic to have Tommy back.
Any others other than those three, or those at early days?
Who else? I think we'll have 9 or 10 fights on, I'm not too sure. Machito, Pitbull, he's with Jorge Rubio, he's going to be on the show also, yeah. I'm going to have Mohammed Wasim, Pakistani fighter who's just come to me. He was WBC silver title champion. He's just been stripped of a title with inactivity, so we're looking on getting Mohammed on that, and another fight maybe November, maybe a world title shot before Christmas, but I'd like more time with Mohammed. He's just come, so we need to get a bond together. So 2 fights and he'll fight for the world title maybe this year, more likely next year. But it's a stacked card with all top talent, and what you've got to remember is I've got to pinch myself every time I say it. It's going live to ESPN and Top Rank. It's like phenomenal. And we said as MTK Global when we did come into, I took over as Scottish boxing, that we're going to make the big stage happen, and it's finally arrived, and it's fantastic.
You've obviously got the Lonsdale sponsorship as well.
We've got a Lonsdale sponsorship, 5 years with Lonsdale, which is going great. All the gyms kitted out, they're sponsoring the boxers. We couldn't ask for no more off them as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Do you reckon you're looking for any other title fights on that night?
We're looking for one more, yeah, maybe 2 Celtic title, maybe for somebody. But we're looking on making it a real top card. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be working the same night with Mohammed, so I'd like to get Mohammed on in between Kieran and Michael and sit down and watch the fight. If I can do that, that'd be a great night.
Yeah, sure. How have you found sort of the attendances at the shows for basketball?
Do you know what? Obviously we had a couple of pull-outs and everything, but they've been packed. They really have. Like the Scottish public are coming out and the supporters. Without them, the shows don't happen. But I can't fault anybody. I mean, obviously, no disrespect to other shows in like Paisley Lagoons and us as MTK as a whole, we said, look, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it proper. We're going to have the Emirates Arena. It's the parking. It's in town. If you want to walk to have a pint after it, you can have a drink there. It's got everything, it's got the real feel as a boxing venue. So this one would have been a massive fight again. We're looking on more this time, but you're only going to get the people in if you deliver the fight. We've tried a couple of times, a couple of pull-outs, but all going well this time. It'll be an unbelievable card.
Yeah. I remember sort of you speaking about Edinburgh before. Is maybe a venue further down the line? Is that something that's still being looked at?
It's a possibility, because obviously Lee McGregor's come with us. We're looking after Lee on an advisory role. Lee looking on signing Lee as MTK when other stuff is getting sorted out. But if we can go back to Edinburgh with Lee, obviously we've got Lewis Benson, we've got Tommy Philbin, we've got Stephen Tiffany. So we will be looking at going to Edinburgh at some stage. Maybe this year, not too sure. Maybe next year, I don't really know. But Edinburgh will happen. It will happen, yeah.
How have you found the attendances at sort of the shows around the UK? Because obviously you've stepped up the amounts. Like Belfast is a sort of venue sort of going to.
Do you know what? I went to Ulster Hall and we had a show there last month. Sean McComb boxed on it at Tyrone McKenna. Ulster Hall I'd never been in. I've been in a couple of halls over there, but it reminded me of York Hall. It just had that feeling. And I was walking through like a corridor and like Rinty Monaghan statues and all the top Irish fighters coming through. It was unbelievable. I did it all on my phone and stuff. So that venue, that was Bamson. We had Luke Keeler against Conrad Cummins. You've got another big fight, Tyrone McKenna, coming up there in the 21st, the day before my show. So I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be in Belfast on the 21st. Tyrone's fighting for the WBC silver title, and then I'll be flying back to for this show, the MTK Global Scotland one. So just hope the flights and everything get on time.
I was going to say, that flight there, you're barely up and down for Belfast and Glasgow. You sort of like
it's 45 minutes a day. You no sooner sat down
on,
and you're back, yeah. But Belfast has been brilliant for us. I mean, to be honest, Belfast is the place to be. At the minute, Ireland boxing is through the roof. It's buzzing the place. There's all kids coming through, all top fighters. I've got Sean McComb, I've got Tyrone McKenna, Tyrone McCullough, so it's bouncing. And everyone's busy at the minute, so I'm mad busy also, which is always good. Sometimes.
Sometimes, sure. How are you finding sort of with Paddy Barnes? I mean, obviously he's having a bit of time off, I think, back home. Do you just sort of leaving him be, I guess, and just sort of, or?
Paddy's arrived back here on the 28th, 29th, and he'll be fighting July, August. Obviously you've seen what happened with Paddy in America. Obviously the man was too big who he fought. Paddy was going to fight, he did fight at bantamweight. It was a fight that I didn't want, but it was out of my hands. We had to take the fight. Anything can happen in boxing. Paddy got his nose broken in the first 10 seconds, and then the plan's out the window. I actually wasn't in America, it was my son and my dad. So me watching it on the television was just like sweating watching it. Like it was out of my hands. It was a big step for Paddy after the nose got broke, but I thought he boxed really well. He did get beat. I thought he lost the fight. But the fellow was about 5'10". Paddy's what, 5'3". It is what it is. It's boxing. There's no use going on about it. Let's just regroup, dust yourself down, and Paddy will be back stronger, not bigger. I was going to say big. He's not going to get any bigger, but he'll be back stronger mindset. Get the weight down to flyweight, and we're looking at pushing Paddy for the world title.
Happy
at his normal weight, if you know what I mean.
Happy sort of stay professional, because obviously I think he was sort of emotions probably running.
Do you know Paddy is his biggest critic? Honestly, he's really hard on himself. He is, and rightly so, because he's got big expectations. Because he's come in the pro game with a phenomenal amateur record, 2 times Olympic bronze medalist. But he's doing really well. Obviously, we lost to Rosales with a body punch, but a defeat is not the end of the world. It happens. Charlie Edwards got beat with me, lost the world title fight IBS to Casemiro. He's come back, he's won a world title. You've just got to regroup, dust yourself down, and let's get on with it, get back to the gym, let's get going again.
Obviously one of the other fights as well, Sam Maxwell, we were talking about earlier, but how was that for you personally, like your nerves and stuff for that fight?
You know what, like I said to you before, with boxing, I'm pulling out as a manager like days before. We're training for a fella named Kevin Dittel for 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Gets a phone call 4 days before. Dittel's pulled out. It's a new opponent. We never seen much. I did see the lad kickboxing, and I knew he was a bit of a mover. Then I looked at his record, and he's knocked his last 5 out of 10. So I said to Sam, he must be a puncher. Well, his record says he's a banger. The fellas who he'd knocked out was unbeaten records, two top kids. So I was a little bit worried, because you don't know actually what you get until you get in there. So I said to Sam, let's have a look, keep it nice and tight. If you see any gaps, obviously take them. But we get in there and Sam gets caught himself. The lad could punch. Sam's over, first time ever being dropped. Probably got up too fast. Looked okay, gets up, regroups, gets on with it. Goes over again, goes to stand up too early. I'm screaming at him in the ring to look at me, get focused. I'm counting to him because he was going to stand up again. Sometimes when you stand up and you're a bit rocky, the referee will jump in. Because he hadn't been dropped before, he's not experienced enough. So that's where me as a coach comes into it. So I've counted to 7, he's got up, his head's clear. Gets through the round, comes back, has a chat, gets him back in the fight. We knew that the kid was moving to his left hand side all the time. Said let the right hand go, straight right hand, right hook. So it just comes to show that Sam, his fitness got him through the plan what we had, from the first round. It proves that he still carries the power in the 10th round, which is unbelievable. So they won't be queuing up to fight Sam Maxwell, believe me.
Yeah, and we were talking just the amount of times it was getting shared and stuff across the world.
I'm not big on social media, and I've got my lad Sam, he's got 3.5 million views on BT, and Sam has become a superstar now. I don't think he's going to come back to Holy Town. I think he'll end up in Vegas. But made up for him, very humble. He's coming back next week. We're looking to get out again for Sam, July, August again. But his feet are firmly on the ground. He knows he's not the finished article. It proved that in the fight, but it also proved that he's got loads of heart. He's a good listener. He does the training, and he realises that you've got to put the training in to carry the power in the 10th round, and what he done was like a Rocky film.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Especially for like the non-boxing like public, just seeing the little story as well with the guy showboat him like a minute before
but
as well.
But it just proves to
like
show that you can't switch off in boxing. I mean, his trainer must have said to him, "Look, we're ahead here," but he wasn't on the BT Sports cards, scorecard. Sorry, I had it close. I had Sam one up, but we knew we had to have a big finish, and I told Sam, "Let the shots go, let that right hand go." He's stepping over, but his trainers must have said to him, "Listen, you're winning the fight. Just get on the back foot." But to start that messing about with your legs and everything and then get knocked out, I don't think they've ever spoke to Sam again if that happened to me or any of my fighters. But you know, he never done it, and everything happens for a reason. Sam's champion, and he's going to move on from then, from now.
You've obviously got Tyrone McKenna in action in a couple of weeks again, defend his European title in Newcastle.
Yeah, massive stage for Tyrone. He's topping the bill. He was supposed to be on the one in Belfast, and it got called off because this fight come. He was going to do a 6-rounder. We didn't feel that he needed the 6 or 8-rounder, that he was ready to move on. He's been with me now about 10 months, but he was with me dad and Derry Matthews prior to that, so he used to come up here for sparring, and I already knew Tyrone. We felt as a team that it was the right move to him to come with me. It's his first fight with me. It's against a good fella, Alvaro Rodriguez, who's a tough guy. Yeah, I've got it right, so I'm doing all right there. Anyway, it's a good fight. He's got the big stage. He's topping the bill. We're looking on winning the fight and moving Tyrone on lively this year. There's work in the pipeline for Tyrone to fight for the world title this year, so we're not taking this fight lightly. We're going in at 110%, do a job, back in the gym on the Monday, and we're ready for the big stage when it comes this year.
Yeah, you touched on Tyrone McKenna sort of fighting for, what title is he fighting for?
He's fighting for the WBC silver title. He's fighting Darragh Foley, who's Australian.
Dublin. In Dublin. He was on the headline.
He fought Williams, and Williams got the cut. Do you remember on the first show? So that's a fantastic fight. Also, that's in Belfast. So that's a Belfast Dublin thing. It's like a Liverpool, Manchester, Glasgow, Edinburgh. So it's a big fight. You've got Declan Geraghty against Marco McCulloch, another one. So all the Dubliners will be up in Belfast. So it'll be a fantastic show. We're looking on Tyrone winning that fight, and the big fight today for Tyrone this year as well.
Yeah, because that's obviously a pretty stacked division at the moment.
Stacked division. Tyrone's been there before, you know. He just lost out to Jack Cattle. You know, he was absolutely brilliant on the night. We're looking on getting him. He boxed really well 4 weeks ago. Let's get this title out of the way and move Tyrone McKenna on this year also.
Sean McComb, I think he's back in action. Is it the
Sean's on May the 17th, so I've got Tyrone the 3rd, Sean the 17th. Sean is just coming on leaps and bounds. I mean, I don't mind saying this, I've said it once or twice. For me, Sean's the top prospect coming out of Ireland. He's fantastic. He's got everything. He can fight, he can box. He's 26, but you think he'd had about 40 fights. I mean, in my opinion, he's that good. Yeah. We've got Sean fighting on the 17th, and then again in July. So he's done his first 8-rounder against Troy James, who was a former British title. Everyone was like, "Oh, the step's too much," but as a coach and a team, we knew it was the right move. We're not going to push him too far. You know, we know his limitations. The next fight will be the right fight, but after this one, he will be fighting for the title in July, August sometime.
Exciting time.
So it's massive opportunities for them all. Everyone's busy. MTK Scotland bringing the big time shows back to Glasgow and Scotland, Edinburgh very soon. So we're all really happy with what's going on.
How, from when you sort of started to now, how has it progressed sort of as you would like? Faster, slower?
See me, you know, as a team, as a whole, the vision, what we've had, you know, we've got no limitations. We want to be bringing it to MTK Global to the top. Now the deal we've just done with ESPN and Top Rank, you couldn't ask for any more than that. You know, we are now working with the main man Bob Adam, Top Rank, and ESPN. It's the big stage for every boxer in MTK Global, whether you're English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh. It's the big massive stage, and it's arrived and we've delivered it. And we've said from day one, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over, and we are, and it's happening.
Yeah. You've obviously got the IFL deal for streaming in the UK. Would you ever? I think you were on Box Nation previously. would you look at getting on one of the TV channels at some point, do you think, or is the IFL thing?
Everything, there's options all the time. I mean, we've got different TV stations coming to us all the time. IFL now with Coogan Cassius is massive. Yeah. The views on that is frightening. You know, that's a big platform for the boxers. But yeah, you know, we'd sit down with other companies and speak, obviously. But anything you can do for your boxers to get them out there, you'll do. But what's happening now with Top Rank, ESPN, IFL, it's the big time boxing.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of other Scottish boxers, obviously David Brophy, I think, was in a tough fight last time. Probably the fight he needed.
Yeah.
I think he was saying. And what are you sort of looking with him to? Because obviously he's part of MTK.
Yeah, well, David boxed really well last time. Now I can say this to you because you've asked me the question. David was supposed to fight Zach Parker for the British title on the 18th of May. David's got a couple of injuries. The fight was made, so David and Billy rang me 2 days ago. They pulled out the fight, so that was a big opportunity. So now looking at putting David on the show on the 22nd, whether we can get a title in time. It seems all the super middleweight titles are all tied up. There's a couple of fellas who have got titles, but they're not the right style for David to be fighting, you know. So we're looking on getting him on the show. If we can bring a title to the table, it'd be great. But as I said, he was fighting for the British title.
Okay, so obviously on the World Boxing Super Series, and obviously Zach Parker is one of the Solon fighters.
He's with Solon's fighters, but it was the right time for me as a manager promoting him. That had come around in Glasgow. We were ready to go on it, but David's picked up a couple of injuries, so he's had to pull out, unfortunately. But it was a cracking fight as well, and a fight we took as a team, me, David, MTK and Billy, was right up front.
Yeah. Are you looking at any other sort of boxers been on that, the WBS?
Yeah, I am actually. I've got, I think I'm going to have another 3 on it. We've got slots for 3, so they'll be getting released in the next day or 2. Can't really say who they are yet, because you can't, I know, but I can't really give you the names. But we have been informed that off Solon, who are really good friends of us, MTK, that we will have some of our fighters on the bill, which is unbelievable. That's a massive stage as well. Yeah. So you're going, so whoever's on this one will be 3 of my fighters who I manage. So they'll be on the WSB, the massive stage, going from that to ESPN. What more can you ask for as a fighter? So MTK, the outfit to be with. So any boxers coming through want to come and speak to MTK, Scotland, they can come and speak to me.
At the bottom.
Yeah, there's probably a number on it. Now what I'm saying is we're doing great things for boxing, so we're doing really well.
Yeah. I suppose it's good as well that your show is obviously in June and you've got a bit of time where your fighters can go on that. Yeah. That World Boxing Super Series.
Well, that's it. It's running in. You know, it's you're going from May, so whoever's on the bill can take it sort of as a workout, have a couple of days off, and back in the gym ready to fight again in June. But it's very positive. We're all happy. As I said to you, even me mentioning them names like ESPN and Top Rank, it's like you've got to pinch yourself to see where we've come and how long. But listen, it's been hard work. It's been 5 years of really hard work, and we're there now. We've finally arrived.
You're doing a few shows. I've seen you taking a world title fight to Kazakhstan, and then I think in Scandinavia we're doing one as well. So
we're in Kazakhstan. We're looking on going to Uzbekistan. We're going to Sweden. We're all over the place. It's huge. I mean, I think we're in now in this year. I think we're on our 10th show. We've got another 15, maybe 20. So it's just getting bigger and better every time. And then when you look at London, Lee's putting massive fights on in London. Then Liverpool, I'm in Liverpool tomorrow. I've got to go down there to represent MTK. We've got Jazza Dickens fighting, I'm not sure the guy's name, for eliminator for the Commonwealth title. You got JJ Metcalf on it. John Quigg coming back. Some really top Liverpool talents on that as well. So we're looking on building Liverpool again. You've got Derry Matthews now who's managing them all. Derry's doing a great job down there. Let's get Liverpool to back where it was, because we was number 1, us Scousers, and we're looking on getting it back again to where it was, because Liverpool, the talent in Liverpool, no disrespect to anywhere else, but it's unbelievable. I've got to say that.
I was going to say, even with the amount of world title challenges in the last year or so.
Well, that's it. You look at Paul Hodgkinson, WBC years ago, John Conti, Liam Smith, Callum Smith, Tony Bellew. It's bubbling, it's bouncing down there.
Good stuff. Anything you'd like to add at all?
No, it's from day one we said we're going to bring the big stage to Glasgow, to Scotland with the big shows. I just want the Scottish public to get behind us and follow all the boxers and turn up at the shows. I mean, without these people the shows don't happen. The more come, the the more shows we can have, and the big time boxing will stay in Glasgow and Scotland.
Good stuff. For tickets to that show, are they coming out soon, do you know?
The tickets will be available, yeah. Contact the Emirates Arena or Ian Ritchie. So they'll be out very, very soon, yeah.
Good stuff. Well, listen, Danny, thank you very much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.
No problem at all. Thank you very much.